We are interrupting our regular programming to talk about the best C.I.D episode ever made. It's C.I.D 111, or the episode that is 111 minutes long, shot in one take. This is a world record that C.I.D still holds for more than 20 years now. In the opening shot, a dog runs into a car, and I thought they were going to bump off the dog just to keep the shot going, but no, the camera turns and we see this massive hotel. It's still not open to the public, and the owner and his few relatives are staying there. In front of the hotel, there is this fountain and a garden. And in the corner of the garden, we see somebody dressed in all black and a black mask. They are burying something. It's a dead body. It's a dead body of a man. And this person burying the dead body gets startled suddenly by appearance of a very aggressive man at the entrance of the hotel. This man is waving a gun and is demanding to meet the owners. Three of the owner's cousins confront him. The man says, "I want to meet the owner who is a billionaire now." And this cousin says, "No, who the fuck are you?" And then this man says, "I'll tell who I am and what I want to this one girl here." And this girl, she just goes and gives him a ear so he can whisper. This girl has no survival instincts. He tells something to her and she freaks out and runs inside to tell the owner that this guy wants to meet him. This man's name is Johnson. He's from South Africa, where the owner has a bunch of diamond mines. And he is here because the owner invited him. He and the rest of the cousin go to the living room, and then they see the first floor and the balcony that leads to a corridor where all the main rooms of the relatives and the owners are. And from that corridor, Miss No Survival Instincts comes running out, yelling murder, and falls over. The family members who were in the living room rush up to see her lying on the floor, bleeding out. Miss Survival Instinct stayed true to her words and died in the opening scene. And from the same corridor where she ran out, there's this other diva dressed in all black. She comes out and starts yelling that somebody has attacked the billionaire. The billionaire is fine. He is not dead, but has bled out profusely by a massive blow to the back of his head. The billionaire's uncle is in the room across him. He's disabled and bedridden, and he yells as well that he heard gunshot and he wants to call C.I.D. But his oldest son, he has this F the police attitude, and he says no. If the C.I.D. arrives, they will suspect us instead of actually looking for who killed them. This is a family matter. We should solve it by ourselves. And Miss Divine Black, she says, yes, we should solve it by ourselves. These kids, they know nothing. Listen to your elder. And then the billionaire walks in. He is all bandaged up now, and even he wants to call C.I.D. because he suspects one of these people is trying to kill him. And he trusts none of these people except for this Johnson, the bodyguard that he's got. And this Johnson guy, he's so aggressive and he just keeps spreading misinformation. Now that they are waiting for the C.I.D. to arrive, he's so gossipy. He accuses every new person that he meets in the hotel and accuses them of being the killer. He meets the drunk cook in a small room and says, "Oh, you got drunk and killed Miss No Survival Instincts." And then for the next 5 minutes, everybody in the hotel and everybody in the family are accusing the cook for killing. Johnson, the bodyguard, his specialty is misinformation. He goes to check on the billionaire because he hired him and suspects that somebody wanted to rob the billionaire. So he starts looking around the room to find clues and comes across a little file that has insurance information. Takes the first page out and tells the billionaire, "Why are you leaving such an important information just lying in your room?" "Don't worry," folds the paper, keeps it in his pocket and says, "I'll take care of it." While all this is happening, Ketki, one of the cousin, is missing. And now everybody in the family is going through this hotel, which is still partially under construction, looking for Ketki. And while they are gone, in this one corridor, we see the same black dressed person from earlier. They go into this room, go down this under constructed stairwell, take their black clothes off and the black mask they were wearing, put some kerosene on their clothes and then burn them. This is Ketki. She then goes into this little hallway, exits the hotel, right to where the pool is and sits there, wears her Walkman and pretends to be there the entire time when one of the cousins find her. After the cousin fill in Ketki, who they think was at the swimming pool this entire time, Ketki and two of her cousin decide to move Miss No Survival Instinct's body. Like, have you never watched a single episode of a cop drama? Luckily, Mr. F the police realizes what they are doing and yells at them to leave it alone. And now they hear sirens from outside the hotel. It's ACP Pradyuman and his crew. They have rolled up to the hotel. And one thing about ACP Pradyuman is that he is the smartest cop employed. Immediately upon arriving, he first grills Mr. F the police for not knowing when exactly the shooting happens, finds out where exactly the bullet was fired from, turns out it was at the entrance of all the main rooms, and third, figures out that the body was moved. They interrogate everybody, including the billionaire, the disabled uncle, and the three stooges who've moved the body. And this family, Mr. F the police and his wife, immediately throws everybody and anybody under the bus. Like, they do not want to answer these questions. Meanwhile, their dad, the disabled uncle, has his own problems because ACP Pradyuman refuses to believe that he is disabled. So much so that they demand some kind of doctor's paper from this guy, and he says, who carries certificate like that? One thing about ACP Pradyuman C.I.D gang is that they are a crew of lunatics. They don't care. They just want to solve the mystery and they don't care how they get there. They'll bully the truth out of you. And same with this family. They are not believing anybody, as they shouldn't. Especially Ketki with her whole story of sitting at the swimming pool. They yell at her, "Did you really not hear the gunshot?" She says, "No." "Do you know how loud the gun is?" She says, "No." Like, bitch, I live a normal life. But, well, we know that's not true. ACP Sherlock Pradyuman gathers everybody in the living room, and this sly fox, he instigates everybody so that they all turn on each other and the truth start coming out. Turns out, Johnson the bodyguard, he whispered the billionaire is going to die into Miss No Survival Instinct's ear before she died. And he is actually from India and has been to South Africa very briefly. But the billionaire seems to trust him a lot. He says, no, don't investigate him. Investigate these relatives I have. This pisses off Mr. F the police. And he again snitches. The billionaire is here with a bunch of diamonds from his South African mine. But Mr. Pradyuman decides to grill the diva in black. And she reveals that when she went to check on the billionaire when he was attacked, she saw a foot at the corner of the room. So the adjacent room is connected to the billionaire's room, and when the diva in black went in to check on the billionaire, the killer escaped to the other room and out. While this is happening, Abhijit, one of the officers, finds out the exact door that leads down to the stairwell where Ketki had burnt her clothes. And they also find the kerosene bottle that she used. And it's full of fingerprints. The next logical step is to fingerprint everybody that was present, including the disabled uncle. And F the police is absolutely crashing out about the C.I.D team trying to take the fingerprints off of his disabled father. Like, bro, it's fingerprinting. The officer's been saying that it's just fingerprints, chill out. Now it's time for ACP Pradyuman's conclusions. He has used his 500 IQ to figure out that there are 4 suspects. Ketki chilling at the pool, Divine Black chilling in the room, disabled uncle bedridden in the room, and the cook drunk in the room. Meanwhile, the forensic expert on their team is also 5-head. She has figured out that the black burnt clothes that they found belonged to a woman. The bullet in Miss No Survival Instincts was manufactured outside India, and she has matched all the fingerprints from the family. None of them are matched, but now she has the last fingerprints that she's sure is going to be a match, and has invited everybody to see live while she uses the projector to match it. Everybody is gathered in the room, and before she could move the projector, there is a blackout. Daya takes the billionaire to find the switch box, and they see that the switch box, somebody has turned off the main switch, but before they could switch it on, they hear a gunshot. The lights come back on. We see the fingerprint matching, and the last fingerprints have matched to the fingerprints on the bottle, and these fingerprints belong to Ketki, and they trace the recent gunshot to the stairs where they find Ketki's body. She is killed with the same type of bullet that Miss Survival Instinct was killed. And ACP Sherlock Pradyuman knows that Ketki may be the real killer, but she is working for somebody else. And that person wanted to silence her since they know her fingerprints were going to be a match. The team finds mud on Ketki's shoes, and this leads them to the exact patch in the garden where the dead body from the beginning of this episode was buried. Nobody in the family seems to know who this man is. His time of death was determined 7 to 8 days back, right when the billionaire and everybody started arriving to the hotel to stay. And this body has a map tucked in his collar of his shirt. This map is of this hotel, and there is one room that is marked with X. Everybody's darling Officer Freddy finds this room and finds a safe there. But by the time the C.I.D team can get there, there is an explosion and Officer Freddy is injured. But before he's whisked away for medical help, he says, there is a man at the safe. Go check out who it is. The C.I.D team follows the blood trail and finds a bunch of diamonds. The safe was booby-trapped. And the man who tried to open the safe was Johnson, inches away from death. Before he could die, he confesses that he killed Ketki. And then takes out a paper from his pocket. This is that insurance paper from earlier. And Mr. Pradyuman, he is Sherlock. He looks at it, the insurance information of the billionaire, his name and photograph on it. And he curiously asks Johnson, is this real? Johnson says yes and dies. Rest in peace, I guess. A liar from beginning to end. But Mr. Pradyuman is very happy. He looks at that insurance information and laughs. He has solved the mystery. Are you ready for this? The insurance picture matches the dead body. So the real billionaire has been dead for 7 to 8 days back, and the person that we have been throughout this episode is a fake guy. He confesses everything after Officer Abhijit puts a gun on his head. Like, this officer is crazy. Turns out this fake billionaire is the real billionaire's business partner. After the billionaire came back, he lost all his business. So he came back, murdered the billionaire, and posed as him to all his relatives who have never seen him. Ketki figured out though, she was a smart one. Now we go to the first scene of the movie where Ketki saw that dead body. Then she directly went to the fake billionaire's room and confronted him. She wanted half of the estate. And while they were scheming, Miss Survival Instinct came to the billionaire's room to tell him that Johnson was here. She heard them scheming and started running out of the room, saying murder, murder. And she said murder as in murder the original billionaire. Ketki takes the fake billionaire's gun, runs out after her, shoots her, goes back, hits the billionaire with the gun so that nobody suspects him, runs to the adjacent room from the attached door while the diva in black finds the fake billionaire and rushes out. The fake billionaire then bribes Johnson when he sees the insurance paper and puts 2 and 2 together and tells him about what Ketki has done and that he needs to silence her when needed. And that's it, the C.I.D team has the confession. Pradyuman ends it by taunting him about how he dreamed of diamonds and now he only has a small jail cell. Like, okay, fine, chill out. And that's it, that was the episode. That is literally the best episode of television in my opinion. Or at least best episode of C.I.D. And it's not just me, it's the cast that is saying that. In one take, they managed to dramatize all the murders, the investigation, the revelations, the flashbacks, and an action scene with an explosion. The kind of hard work that must have gone to make an episode like this, I cannot even imagine. And I can simply hope that we continue to see such artistry from Bollywood in general. I cannot recommend this episode enough. Every C.I.D fan should watch it, and I think every television fan should watch it. And that's it. Like, if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you like this kind of content. I would have said that, but my usual content is a little different. For example, here is my Nadania video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.